Hello everybody, this is Dr. Rocks checking in from Pounding Rocks Truck Shop, and a little update on my 86 720 purchase that I made this past Sunday. I cleaned up. I did some cleaning, some house cleaning, and it actually is in really good shape inside. The keys actually work in the door. It's not perfect. The driver's seat cushion is very broken in, we'll say it that way. I have yet to sit in the passenger seat, but it's actually quite cushy. But this, when you go to sit on this, end up sitting on the floor. Excuse me. It was hard to show in the last video because the way the sun was. It was really kind of washing out everything in here just because of the color, but I guess this is a deluxe. Nissan was kind of weird about their packaging back then. They didn't really do packages per se, they did options. So this has got, and I'm sure it doesn't work, but it's got factory AC, no gauges, Walmart stereo, but the interior is like pretty good. I was gonna do a little vacuuming here and get some floor mats, but I put the kick panels back on, I put the door sills back in place. Shift boot's a little bit fugged, but I might be able to find something else that I can make work and make it look pretty and everything. No center console. There is a stain here. I'm going to try and lift that, obviously. Grubby paws on the seatbelt latches. The headliner is perfect. Oh, oops. Oh, jeez. You don't get those seats just right. You find out the hard way. They pop in place. The jump seats are both in place. The back wall's in really good shape. The glass is very clean. The pop-out windows pop. The door panels are not completely destroyed, although I think the door pocket is missing. The steering wheel is wrapped with some kind of wrapping. It is wore through, but good enough. This works good. It's got 370 gears, so it's very similar to this truck when I first got it, except the advantage is this has got the 5-speed. Clutch is good. Transmission shift's really nice. It starts right up when you put a jump on it. The battery is dead, so if you put a jump on it, excuse me, fires right up. It's got 210 on the clicker there, and this has been out at some point, so the plastic is kind of flimsied. I don't know why it would be out. Oh, it did have a speedometer cable replaced at one point. There was a bunch of receipts in the glove box that I found that had the original, well, I may not be the original owner, but it was the owner that it had back in 2010. I actually reached out to him through Facebook. I have yet to hear from him. You can't fake the door sills. Rocker panels are in good shape. It's got the truck mirrors. Let's make sure I got the keys in my pocket before I lock it. I do. Okay. So the damage, you can see the damage here. I have that hood over there. I could use it. I'm just not really thrilled with it. Everything here is rotted on it. I'll show you here real quick. It actually has moss growing on it too. Moss. But you can see That's a rot hole, that's a rot hole, that's a rot hole. That's a rot hole. I may be able to cut the rot out and make it work for now, but it's ugly. This is also not the correct hood for it. This is off of a 81 or 83, I think. Because it doesn't have the vents, but it does have the window washer in the center. Whereas this one has the window washer. The sprayers are separate. There's one over here, there's one here. So, man, I would love to find a tan hood. It can be in just as rough condition paint-wise, but I would love to find a tan hood just so this thing can remain all one color. But if I plan on flat blacking it or satin blacking it, I guess it really doesn't matter terribly. Other cool feature, this shows it. I think this thing had a cap on it. That's what I think. But the bed doesn't have any wear in it other than there's some, you know, rust spots. But the paint's intact. I mean, there's a couple scratches here and there, but the paint's intact. But look at this. The original Nissan mud flaps are still in place. It's pretty insane. It came with brand new, or almost brand new Cooper Cobra GTs. And that's pretty straight. You know, the fender leaves a bit to be desired here. Who knows? I might Bondo it and then paint over it and then put flares on it. See if I can find some flares that work. But the main reason I did this video was because I pulled the radiator. So it smacked the deer and the grill survived somehow, unless he went out and got a grill. I don't know. The bumper has been pulled back. Obviously this corner has been addressed. It's not perfect, but it's good, presentable. It's the original Nissan radiator. It's copper, so this isn't plastic, this is copper. So when it hit, the fan started going through it, and then the side brackets popped off. So these are supposed to be attached like here and on the bottom. I'm not exactly sure if a radiator shop can repair that or not. So I was thinking about sending it out and having it record, as long as it doesn't end up being more expensive than, say, buying a new one with plastic tanks. I'd rather have the copper tanks if I can do that. These are different than the D21 radiators, even though they're very similar. The D21, the inlet is further over. Same with the outlet is a little further over as well. And the mounting is completely different, and this for the overflow is on the other side. So I don't think I'd be able to make it work, especially since the mounting is different. So like this piece here sits on the side. It's supposed to be soldered to it, I think. But when the deer hit, the solder broke. So I'm going to reach out to the radiator shop up in the city and see if how much it would be to recore it and see if they'd be able to do a repair on it. If not, if it comes out to be the same price as a new one, I'll just buy a new one. So, and then it'll be the hood. And then he was telling me that the rear brakes were hung up, so he thinks that it needs drums. So I'll look into that and see what needs to be done there. But I think I'm gonna inquire about the radiator first. This way I can run it and get it up to temperature and see how it runs on temp. I did tighten a few things down on the carburetor. This does have a Weber carb. I tightened those down just because I saw some fuel leaks seeping past some of the gaskets, and the screws did get a quarter turn, so see if that fixes it. But I'm gonna start with the radiator so I can warm it up and see how it runs and if it has good heat. And then I will proceed about getting the title switched over to my name. Anyways, I am out of time. I want to Thank you guys for watching this. Like, share, and subscribe. Got more videos on this coming up. And give me a comment down below. See ya. Pounding Rocks out.